Hello everyone. Good morning to you. Where did Marnie go? Marnie! It's bad. I get on live and I gotta be all loud calling her. What's my hair doing today? What's going on, Marnie G? Bring yourself back over here, little girl. Come here. Gerald, good morning to you, friend. Good morning. How are you, Gerald? And Karen, Bucky, how are you? How is everybody doing today? Let me scoot back so I can get out of the sun. God bless everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope you're doing good. You're feeling good. Hopefully you got some good rest last night. Philly, how you doing? Good morning to you. I wanted to sit over this spot to block out the sun. But Constant, welcome in. Good morning to you. Let me move, guys. Yeah, this is better. That is better. Rags to Riches, welcome in. How is everybody doing today? Good morning. It's Thursday. We're moving through the week. It's almost a weekend again. Time moves by so quickly. It moves by so fast. I don't remember it going by so this quickly when I was a kid. Outside while you can, it's gonna be 1:14. Woo! That is ridiculous. Let me look. So right now it is currently 86. This is nice. Currently 86. But today we have a high of 97. So I'm gonna get a little bit of a break today. And tomorrow will be 96. I asked God, I said, God, please lower the temperature just a little bit. So yeah. But next week is gonna be hot again. Yours is 1:14. Where you at, Phil? You thought time always went slower, kid? Yeah. Man, why even the hours feel like they dragged on by, right? You be at school like, man, I would be at school watching the clock, waiting for 4 o'clock to come. EJB, good morning to you. You're in Austin? Okay, now I remember. Really? It's gonna be that hot over there? Mike, how you doing, darling? Ooh, Philly. Let's look. Let me look it up. How you doing, EJB? Did you get good night's rest? Really, in Austin? It says it's gonna be a high of 98 today. You sure? You in South Austin? Nah, it says 103, but feels like 114. I'm looking at, well, you there, so you know better than I do, but it says a high of 98. Breathing in, it's a nice day. I'm doing good. It's much cooler. Yesterday around about this time, it was already like a 99 degrees, so I'm happy. You feeling rested? That's good. You from Nigeria? TLC vibes. How you doing, Ash? Yeah, I'll take it. I was talking to Yaya last night. I told her it was going to be cooler today, much cooler. And she was like, 98 degrees. 97 is still hot. I said, hey, that's a big difference from 105. Yesterday it was 105. I'm going to take off my... TikTok little thing said my device is overheating. I don't know why. It's not hot out here, really. But let's take the phone protector off. Hot is still hot to me. Saludos, Carlos. Oh, gracias por saludarme. Espero que tengas un buen día. Life with Sports, good morning to you, sir. Hard work pays off. How's it going? Blessed time? August is going to be crazy? Yes, it is. We're going to be melting. Owen, how's it going? I've been thinking about maybe trying to drink iced coffee or something in the morning, but I don't really like iced coffee. Speedy, birthday in August. Woo-hoo. What you got planned, life is sports? Something you can pull on? Oh no. No, 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 no. You're not talking about Tabby. Michael, welcome in. Mr. Friend, how's it going? You have no idea yet? What day, life is sports? How you doing, Mr. Friend? Thank you, Mike, because that was very inappropriate. The second, ooh, it's close. I'm going to sing you happy birthday, life is sports. I got me some Biscoff cookies. Marnie and I over here to come and beg for them. You have a question? Okay. Do I smoke weed? No, Tabby don't smoke. That's just not my thing. I never been interested in that. But I don't, I'm not, ain't no shade to anybody that does. It is beneficial to people. I have been advised that maybe I should because of health conditions and stuff, but it just, I don't know, it's never appealed to me. Get the Biscoff spread. You could give me the Anita Baker Run their birthday song. I don't know if I can do that. Good morning, Jay. How you doing? I was thinking about you this morning because of what you shared last night, and I seen you a hug. I seen you a very big hug today, and I'm so proud that you overcame. So happy and proud that you overcame what you went through and growing up. Physics bro, good morning to you. Why am I struggling so much? I'm trying not to open it all messed up. Mr. Free, you saw me struggling. I was trying not to open it all messed up. Marnie came over here because I was struggling. Good morning to you, Physics Bro, Mr. Ambassador Tabbyland. Dang. Mr. Friend, why you do me like that? I wanted to open it like, clean, not all messed up. Yo-Yo opens up packages and it'd be like, she would open it and this side would be torn down like that. And I'm like, now I gotta put it in something else so it won't get stale. Mike says steady crinkling. Dang, y'all rough on me. Mr. Friend, why you studying? All I can hear is that rust. Here you go, Marnie. Here your little Biscoff. Dang. I got it open, okay? Man. Yeah, I was so loud with it. Marnie came over here. She wasn't over here at first. Yeah, they show on the fact that they got the spread and then they got Biscoff, like cookies that got filling in the middle. That's the spread. They're the cookies. Spread in the little cookies. Better not be your package. This mine, Matt. My son rips open stuff, then I have to figure out how to store it. Yeah, because it'll go stale, and then I might nibble on some stale cookies. Yo-Yo, because I dip them in my coffee. Yo-Yo's not going to eat anything stale. Like, sometimes she'll open chips, and I'll say, Yo-Yo, cut it across. Don't open it like that. And she don't listen to me all the time. And then, like, some days later, I'm like, why you not eating your chips? She's like, oh, they're stale. I'm like, I wonder why they're stale, because you opened them all messed up. Aw, I am so... Thank you for sharing such an intimate thing, Jay. How you doing, Chauncey? Welcome in. Grab some elastic bands to wrap around things. I had these little silicone. It's like Ziploc, but they're made out of silicone. I put them in there. You were a chosen one. You think so, Jay? Good morning, Mr. Middleton. We call that speculoos pasta. The cookies are Belgian. Really? As your biscuit. Good morning to you, Brent. Thank you, Felix, bro, for the heart me. My mom would put those steel chips in the Ziploc and say that those are dumb. We get a new bag. Oh man. No, Yo-Yo is she enjoys food. She like to eat. She like to snack. She's not like she'll eat big meals, but she like to nibble. So she got a very high metabolism. So I buy her little snacks and stuff. She always munching on something. She's always Yo-Yo's always hungry. Yaya doesn't eat as much. She eats, but she don't eat as much, and she typically eats later on during the day. Like Yaya is just a night person. But Yo-Yo, I remember she was like little bitty, and she would always let me sleep. Now Yo-Yo's the early bird. She used to get up at the crack of dawn, like it would still be dark outside. And she would wake up, but she wouldn't wake me up. She just kind of entertained herself, and then as soon as she hear me move, she would be like, "Mama, are you awake? Mama, can you get up? I'm hungry. Mama, can you make me breakfast? Mama, can I have bacon? Mama, can you make me pancakes? Mama, can you make you feel like can you make me a waffle?" She liked to eat. She'd have a fresh one though. Oh, it's like, hey, y'all made these still. Y'all gonna eat these. It's 10:12 a.m. As Parenting Rainy will bite through the packaging and then throw stuff. Sorry, y'all. Please. If you notice, towards the end of the week, they start doing their little exercises. Spectralex, how's it going? You better eat that molded bread. Some stuff you can't take a chance on. Maybe bread you can like pinch off the little molded parts, but I'll do that, but I won't have the girls. I'd be too worried about them having a stomach ache or something. My nephews are like that with bread. They would never close the bag and the bread would mold. 1:12 a.m. there. Yeah, that's a plain Riz. James, good morning to you. I got them on extra patrol this week. It's Friday over there. Happy Friday to you. Did I put my hand in the socket? I did not, say. And I hope you have a blessed day though. Sinbad, how you doing? I'm not married, but I'm not also here to meet anyone in a romantic way. Just here for friendship. James, thank you for the heart me. Me at the airport, and I hear that every day. Yeah. Thank you, James, for the metamorphosis. Pretty little butterfly. Thank you, 13. I forgot about my coffee. But yeah. Yaya is her and Yo-Yo are so different. Yaya taught me how to properly close a chip bag if you don't have something to fasten it with, and she folds it a certain way. No thank you, Salty Reef. I like my hair this way. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday, Lance. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lance. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I hope you have a lovely day, Lance, and you enjoy your special day. Thank you, Sinbad. James, thank you for the Tabby Land Sparks. Rounds. Go have the day you deserve. I am from America. I'm in Texas. Do you think playing footsies is chill? No, if that's a person's thing. Well, Harry-O, how you doing? Man, they on it today. Illegal. It's not the day you deserve, but the day you desire. No, he was being ugly. That's why I said that. He was being ugly. That's why I worded it like that. Good afternoon, Banduka. I am a person, I am very selective with my words. So if I say something that that doesn't, you know, if I say something that seems like it's a little bit different from what I would normally say, is because that person, they deserved it. I got a stream going on YouTube and they being ugly. Neighborhood Legends, how you doing? I am from America. Is Texas a good place to spend the holidays? Well, that depends on how you like to spend the holidays. We have warm winters. It's not very cold over here. So if you don't like the cold, Texas would be a nice place to be. Yeah, they out this morning. Woo! Heavenly Father, I ask you just to cover my lives, Lord. Let the people that would benefit from being here find my lives, and the people that seek to come in and be disruptive or mean or ugly, Lord, let them not even be able to see my lives. In Jesus' name, amen. I'm doing good. How has your art been coming along, Neighborhood Legend? Ooh. Thank you, Brent. I'm so sorry. Whenever we get a bunch of, not even here now, just imposter with it. Whenever I get all those trolls on YouTube, I feel bad because then my mom's got to work extra hard. So for Chase, how you doing? Kevin, welcome in. I like for them to be able to come in and chill and just enjoy the conversation, but they can't do that because they got to deal with the trolls. How you doing, Topher Chase? Man, all my cookies are falling apart. They better not be spilled. Having enough time to make them feel bad about themselves before they get blocked. Making freestyle. Posted recently. I'm still working on the reel. That's cool. Brent and Mike will be alright. I was supposed to say, Brent and Mike will be alright. Plain? Yeah, plain fruit pie. Thank you, Salty Reef. God bless you. I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for stopping by. Why are you reckoning that cookies? I didn't mess them up. They were already like that. Donald, welcome in. Mike will make you feel bad about yourself. He'll tell you about yourself. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate the compliment. Oh, it's okay, Neighborhood Legends. I know you guys get busy. No worries. I'm just happy, when you can come and hang out. I'm appreciative of it. Hamza, how you doing? Brian, how's it going? Kitai, how are you? I didn't see the possum come back last night. My guest Marnie scared it away. It has to live somewhere over here, and she probably scared it away. Poor possum. I'm so bothered by that still. I hope it's okay. Lorenzo, how you doing? It'll survive. I hope so, Mike. Yes, I'm Christian. Good morning to you, Mr. Dane. How you doing, Mr. Flowers? Well, unless it comes back. Marnie is tough. Little bitty thing. She was tiny when I got her. She could fit in my hand. She was so tiny. I didn't She's small. Maybe she's like 10 pounds, maybe. But I didn't even think she would get to that size. Isaac, how you been? I'm good, Mr. Flowers. I'm doing very good. How's the weather over there where you are? When crossing my street last night, I looked for Marnie Bite Mark. Wouldn't that be something that Possum's like, Brent, I came here to tell you, I need you to tell Marnie to back off a little bit so I can go back home. It's sunny today. Can you please tell Terry to, put Marnie up when I come out at night? I really want to be able to go to her compost and eat. That's so funny. Yeah, I'm bothered by it physically, bro. I don't know why. I guess what bothers me is I heard the little cry that it let out when she beat it. I didn't like that sound. I don't like crying. Animals crying, babies crying, people crying. I don't like that sound. It disturbs me. And we're coming the whole flood stuff over here helping. Oh, that's very kind of you, Isaac. And you back home, right? So you mean like in Uvalde? Mr. DJ, how's it going? Marnie tough though. She's tough. Marnie will alert me to stuff, I guess she's choosing what she will try to attack. Ilse will attack anything if she feel like you're a threat. She unattack you. Randy Jones, thank you for the follow. Halo, welcome in. Jim, welcome in. So whenever I have to walk on the other side of the property to do work and stuff, Ilse walks with me. And sometimes I don't like her going with me because she wants to be able to see me whatever I'm doing. And if she can't see me, she meows really, really loud. Like she calls out to me. And I have to tell her, hey, I'm over here. And then she'll come where I am. But sometimes she gets a little sidetracked and she don't see where I go. And then she's yelling for me. But Nippa, Sambano, Lapire. Oh, man. I saw that in Uvalde, one of the bridges collapsed. God bless everyone that is affected by it. That's so kind of you, Isaac, to help out. How you doing, Jimmy? Welcome in. How you feeling today? Shabby, how's it going? Jerome, good morning to you. But yeah, sometimes I don't know if Ilse feels like she's my mama. Sometimes I feel like Ilse thinks that she's my mom. I feel like that. The way she treats me sometimes, I don't know. Agent True, welcome in. Doing people's plumbing, electrical, I even deliver supply with horses with those. Oh man. Nah, if you think that, then you're paying too much attention to her. I mean, I do pay attention to her because she's my fur baby. Thank you, Joseph, for the love. She's been with me for 5 years. You pick up on stuff. Spud, welcome in. But that's like a thing. There's some animals, they did a study on that. They said some cats, they don't look at you as like you're their owner. They look at it the other way around, like they have to take care of you. Thank you, Neighborhood Legends. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jerome, how you doing today? Jay, how's it going? Yeah, nah, probs because you're female, you know? What does that mean? Explain to me what that means, because I'm female. What does that mean? You're from Suriname, welcome in. Oh, shoot. He didn't last very long. Greg Mo, how you doing? Mike not playing around. Mike said, nope. You see how loud they get? They do that little surge of sound and then it dies back down. Being an eye opener, people need to stop relying on the government for everything. I know what you mean, Isaac. Some people, they don't know how to, they never been exposed. They don't know that there's another way about going about doing stuff. Oh, thank you, Neighborhood Legends. That's a very kind and lovely thing to say. I appreciate your words. I was about to tell him something first. I mean, it just made no sense that road was leading off the cliff. We need to start using them as a backup, not as a rely on all. Is their mating call, Neighborhood Legends? Inhale, how are you? Worried about women. Meanwhile, his profile pic is shirtless. You know, I have my own thoughts about that. But Barbara, welcome in. You know, it's a certain group of individuals that be posting them shirtless pics like that, looking like bad Max or avocado. Max not well. Alright, Mike. We need to start all the old school ways of our fathers when the whole land or country. Shaggy, thank you for the follow. You okay, Marnie Marn? What's wrong, Mama? You okay? Did you eat something? Why you looking like that? Could grow my hair that long, but now my hair is see-through. Aw, that's okay, neighborhood lady. It is way too hot for this hair. If you're interested, I got the blueprints to live completely off grid. His first one will be, why does this woman work? I am in America. I'm in Texas. You finally got it all figured out? That's cool. I'm not hooked up to anything. I'm not hooked up to electricity, water, gas, none of that. My house is just parked out in the middle of the woods. Desi, how are you? Welcome in. How you feeling today? Nothing in particular. Neighborhood Legends. I just use regular shampoo and conditioner. I did try something new this like a week ago and I had an allergic reaction to it. Still, so like my eyes were like burning real bad and like all here my scalp was burning and then like my neck and my shoulder and my back, the skin was like really, really red. Everything has calmed down, but like my neck is still kind of irritated a little bit. Even then, I got all the knowledge from an old school rancher who was unaffected by everything. How did he deal with the AC? Like, was he in Texas? How did he deal with cooling his house? Okay, thank you, Isaac. My mama is on me about the AC. She worried about the heat. What did she tell me today? She was like, you can't be out there painting. I'm like, Mama, I'm not painting. I'm like, I mean, I'm not out here just frolicking like I would be in the fall, but I'm like, I'm not out here painting. You can use only organic. I make some of my stuff too. Like I do tea rinses. Like I grow certain herbs and then I have some saved, and or I pick certain plants around here and I make like a tea, sun tea, and then I strain it and I use it to rinse my scalp with. Due to 249, even with the AC question, I got the answer depending on the size of the house or the living quarters. I'm in 144 square feet, 13 and a half feet tall, tiny house. Hey Maddox, how you doing, friend? Welcome in. Octavio, welcome in. Kev, how's it going? Edgar, welcome in. How you feeling today? Is our mother? She's here to help us all. That's why, like, I love my tiny house. I really love my tiny house. I'm doing good, Kim Maddox. I'm doing good. Thank you for the heart to me. But I really want a home that's like partially underground because then I won't have to worry about the AC. You know, the ground maintains a temperature of like 50 something, 55, around 55 degrees and up. And yeah, so in the summertime it's cool in there, and then I reckon, and then in the wintertime you only have to heat from that 55 degrees and up. So it's easy to heat the home. My brother works at a juvenile center and he has his kids planting veggies and fruit. Oh, that's wonderful. That is really cool. I like that. I think that, so I first learned about planting and stuff like that when I was in school. And we had a garden at school. And I planted, because I was shy, I waited to go up to get my seeds. And so I got the last picks that nobody wanted. And I planted turnips and I want to say radishes. But I was happy. Square area that you can work with. Your temperature will be 69 summer, 35 winter. The weather is hot, Andrew. It's hot over here. Playhouse. I like that. So cob, I would like maybe a cob house. So either something partially underground or cob home. That's with clay and straw. I like the cob homes. Those are good insulation too. Thank you, Dr. Alex. I like seeing people build with like natural materials. I don't know why that appeals to me so much. There's a company somewhere, I want to say they're close to San Antonio, and I believe they're called Texas Cob, but they host workshops on how to build with cob, how to mix it, and how to build with it. Caribbean is cool. What's the temperature over there right now, Andrew? Mike, thank you for liking the live. Like Teresias, how you doing, Jolito? ¿Cómo estás? Good morning to you, Joe. How you feeling today? How's it going? I see you have not melted. You haven't melted. Back right over here. Okay, thank you, Isaac. I hope you have a lovely day. Yeah. Thank you, Mike. Joel, thank you for the heart me. You still in one piece? Be careful out there. Today, so yesterday was 105, but today it's going to be 97, a high of 97. So we get a tiny bit of a break. I can deal with 97. Prince, how's it going? Thank you, Andrew. I can deal with 97. 97 is cooler there today too. That's good. Brent, thank you for liking the live. Showtime, thank you for the follow. And Overcast had a nice little live. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Hot 97.5. Abdullah, how you doing? I'll take 97. I'll take 97. That's doable. I can still move around outside in 97-degree weather. Thanks, Neighborhood Legends. That's so nice of you to say. I gotta go into town today. I gotta stop by the UPS store. So I'm gonna be moving around. I really don't like going out when it's like 100+ degree weather. I didn't feel like doing nothing yesterday. I did a little bit of work outside. I was covered up and I had on my little sun hat. My little pink sun hat to cover everything. 85 right now. Supposed to rain later. Oh, that's nice. It'll cool. That rain will cool things off quite a bit. I like summer rains because then they cool, it cools off everything. Afterwards, when it stops, it's nice outside. But then mosquitoes, that's the only thing, the mosquitoes. Pajara, welcome in. I asked a question today, a funny question. So those of y'all that eat cereal, do you prefer your cereal? What's the ratio of milk to cereal? Do you prefer equal amount of milk to equal parts cereal? Do you prefer more cereal than milk or more milk than cereal? The bitter with the sweet, yeah. 13 was open over here at work. They heard the. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, at times they get loud. Cereal. More cereal. I have to go now. Oh, thank you, Neighborhood Legends. God bless you. Your answer is a little bit. You gotta have enough milk left over for the second part. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly it. Well, I don't know. I think maybe I've done that before. Probably when I was a kid. But you can just pour more cereal. But I think I kind of like more cereal than milk because then I don't want my cereal to get soggy. Who eats one bowl of cereal? You eat one bowl of cereal? I don't eat one bowl of cereal. You do. You go and you have a couple bowls. Isaac, thank you for the follow. I put very little milk. You add ice to it, really? Does that keep it crunchy? I pour almost a full bowl, then just add cereal to the top. Nah, for real, Mike? So you pour your milk first and then you put the cereal? Keeps the milk super cold. I had a bowl of Frosted Flakes last night while you read. Really? That's cool. And add more cereals and milk gets lower. What? Okay, who else does that? You pour your cereal first and then you add your milk? Or you add the milk and then you pour your cereal? Milk before cereal is diabolical? That is, man. Milk first? You're a different kind of person, Mike. That's so funny. EJB said that's diabolical. Brent, how do you do it? How you doing, Wendell? Anybody else pour their milk before the cereal? Only the great ones can do that. What do I do for a living? What did you do for a living? I work right now. I'm a groundskeeper. So when I'm not on the live, I'm out here taking care of stuff. I'm a little different, but that's why I'm special. Man, the milk before the cereal. That's so funny. Well, me, welcome in. What else about your eating habits might get different? Now, Saint said that he's eating cereal with water. You gotta bathe your flakes first. No. Equal parts milk and cereal, frosted flakes, banana milk. Oh, I still have just enough for the second pour. I see you, Landon. I see you. Thank you for the love. Need them a little soggy, like you're in home. In a home? No, I don't like the soggy. I like for my cereal to be a little crispy still. I don't want to be biting into soggy cereal. I don't like that. Corey, how's it going? Not like Mike. Thank you, JM. No, I want my cereal to be kind of crunchy. I don't want it. I don't want it to be soggy. Jay said she put ice in hers. I might try that. Keep the milk super cold. I don't want warm milk with my cereal. Jason, good morning to you. How you feeling today? Man, mosquitoes are out. I got bit a couple of times. Renovation, welcome in. Put a few little ice cubes in there. See how it is. Not too much that it makes your milk watery. But yeah, the whole ice. But I'm the weirdo, okay? Hey, now I fully accept. I told you guys I eat ice. I chew on ice, just a cube or two. I get ice, I put it in the blender, and I make shaved ice, and I chew on it. And not only Yaya doesn't do that. Yo-Yo does. And Marnie does too. My milk with ice chips in it. Yeah, some cold milk. Am I cooking? No. Law-abiding taxpayer, how are you? I like chewing on ice. But it's not good for your teeth, so that's why I gotta blend it up so it can be like snow. I like ice. I'm not the only one that does that, okay? There's tons of people on YouTube that there's a whole little genre of ASMR of people that eat ice. I like Fruity Pebbles and Cinnamon Toast Crunch. When I was a kid, I liked Raisin Bran. I would eat Raisin Bran and Fruity Pebbles. Pops, you remember Pops? The little yellow looking nuggets, corn pops. I'm doing good, Rashid. Good morning to you. I'm good. How are you? Happy Thursday to you. Those are all male cicadas competing for your attention? I hope not. I don't know if you know this, but YouTube isn't the best place to draw examples of humanity from. Well, at least I know that I'm not super weird. You like Raisin Bran? I like Apple Jacks too. I forgot about Apple Jacks. At least I know I'm not super weird when it comes to the whole ice thing. It's a lot of women that eat ice. Now, some of that stuff, some people that eat chalk, they chew on chalk. No, just ice. Newton, how are you? I hope they're not competing for my attention. A swarm just comes over here in the shape of a human, shape of a man. I run. Cereal before milk. Physics bro, Mike pours his milk before the cereal. He pours his milk and then he adds the cereal on top. Thank you, Newton, for the compliment. Yeah, I like Raisin Bran. I eat the protein Raisin Bran. My nephew always made fun of me for buying Fruity Pebbles as an adult. I like Fruity Pebbles. I have some in the house. I bought some the other day at the store. Fruity Pebbles. DJ C Money, how you doing? I like Fruity Pebbles. All those dyes and stuff, super bad for you, but it's nostalgic. You doing well? That's wonderful. I like Pop-Tarts. I don't eat them anymore. I don't really, but I'll buy them for the Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo and Yaya like Pop-Tarts. Strawberry Pop-Tarts. It's only healthy cereal? When I was in hospital, I couldn't have water. When I finally could, all I wanted was ice cubes. With both of my girls, both of my pregnancies, I have a condition called, maybe Mike knows of it because he was their EMS. It's called HG, hyperemesis gravidarum. So that basically means that throughout my entire pregnancy, I vomited all the time. So a lot of women, they just struggle at the beginning when their hormones are changing, but then after a while they're able to eat. For me, I dealt with it the entire pregnancy, so I couldn't even chew on ice. Like, I would be so thirsty. Racing in Jesus, how you doing? Welcome in, beautiful. Happy Thursday. I couldn't drink teaspoons of water. I couldn't. So I spent the majority of my time in the hospital, and they would have to give me IV fluids through the IV. I was like severely dehydrated. But I remember wanting to just chew on ice so bad, or just get some type of relief, because I was so thirsty and so weak, and I couldn't even stomach the ice. Like, I just try to swallow a drop of water, or just one little chip of ice, and my body's like, nope, absolutely not. Yeah, it's horrible. It is so horrible. It made my pregnancy so hard, and it's just something that I had to deal with. I wouldn't even eat anything. After a while, I just gave up with eating, and I was still like, my diaphragm was so sore because I was just constantly trying to throw up. It was horrible. The only way I could get, so with Yo-Yo, they were like, you're not going to, they told me I wasn't going to make it. They're like, you're going to have to terminate this pregnancy. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to die trying. I mean, I didn't know I was going to literally die trying, but I was like, no, I'll just take it. No, my mom had easy pregnancies. Yeah. No one else in my family had to struggle with that. I had so many issues. It was, I lived in the hospital when I was carrying Yaya and Yo-Yo. Ocean, how you doing, Tommy? Welcome in. Complex, how's it going? Good morning to you. Frosted Flakes is your favorite? Physics Bro said, I like Corn Chex and Cam Crunch. Have you tried the ones with just the berries, Physics Bro? I like Corn Chex. I'll eat Corn Chex. My mom didn't have it. Yeehaw! We call Sugar Pops, but then America went down on sugar. Sugar Pops. Thank you, Mike, for the Go Popular and the hat and the mustache. I had to get Rogam shots because, Al, how you doing? Good morning to you. Happy Thursday. Because of my negative blood type. Just so much stuff. The doctor told me, it's like, yeah, your body is just not made for childbirth and to carry a baby. I'm like, well, I mean, I want my baby, so I guess I'm gonna have to just deal with this. Mr. T cereal, I was thinking about the other day, the cereals don't come with toys like treats no more, right? You said down where? That's kind of crazy. Jolly Rancher cereal? What's kind of crazy for you, bro? I haven't seen it. It's like walk through the garden eating trip roll in the bed of roses. How you doing? 6'2" for you. I remember Mr. T cereal. But remember, our cereals came with like toys or little treats inside, right? Right, because it was unsanitary. They don't do that no more, right? The spoons with color changing abilities. I remember those. Kids would pour out the entire cereal just to find the treat, and then pour it back in. Or you would get a certain cereal, uh, just so you could get that toy or whatever. And then you're like, I don't want the ear. I don't want that cereal. I don't really like that cereal. They don't do that no more. The spoon straws. There'd be all kinds of little toys in there. My abuelita would tell us cousins we need to eat the cereal until they get the prize. We stuck our whole dirty hands in the box. You know, little kids, they don't like washing their hands. So, okay. Uh, when Yo-Yo was playing soccer this past season, my my stepmom, she came to one of the games, and afterward we went to go get food, and so she had her great niece with her, and I was gonna go to the bathroom, and Yo-Yo and the little girl came with us, so um, I waited for them to go first, and then I used the bathroom, and when I got out and I was washing my hands, I asked the little girl, I said, did you wash your hands good? And she said, yeah. I said, you didn't touch anything, right? And Yo-Yo was standing in the back of her. She was like, I was like, Yo-Yo, she didn't wash her hands good? She's like, no, mama. So I was like, okay, well, how about we wash our hands again so we don't pick up any germs or anything? But it was so funny. I was like, did you wash your hands good? You didn't touch anything? Yo-Yo sit behind. She was like, yeah, little kids. Sometimes I see, like when I'm in the bathroom, like a public restroom, and I see little kids trying to wash their hands, and they be touching everything, and then they wash their hands, and then they use their little precious hand to turn off the knob, and I be like, how about we do this again? I'll help you, okay? And I'll turn the knob off for you. You know how you're supposed to grab the paper towel and then cut it off? I'm real particular with that. I tell the girls when they were little, hey, don't touch nothing. We go inside there. If you're gonna hold on to anything, hold on to mama's shirt or whatever. Hold on to my arms. You don't need to touch nothing. Mama will touch everything. Frosted Flakes is your go-to cereal? I'm not monetized yet, Leo. I'm so sorry. The only way I can receive gifts on YouTube is through Cash App. Michelle, how you doing today? I had grown EMS partners who wouldn't wash their hands after a call. Ugh. I like Frosted Flakes. Yeah, I'm not monetized yet. I'm still waiting on it. It's been about tomorrow will be 3 weeks. Tony the Tiger. They're great. I go through wipes and Lysol like crazy. How can you be in that industry though and you not wash your hands? Not know. You think they just didn't? Do you think they were just being lazy? Thank you, Brent. The waste can supposed to be right by the door. Yeah, do you think they were just being lazy, or I've seen grown folks, women, go use the bathroom, and they weren't going in there to tinkle, and then they leave and they didn't wash their hands. Plain Captain Crunch, the crunch berries are okay. Rose, thank you for sharing the live. I don't know why. Why wouldn't you want to wash your hands? Yeah. We touch way too much things. Way too many things not to do that. I'm very, very especially like during COVID. I had wipes and stuff in the car. I'm not a big fan of hand sanitizer, but I'll use it. But I have wipes in the car to wipe down the steering wheel, to wipe down if I go into the store. Instead of taking getting a little cart, I would just take a basket, or I have these two bags that I use when I go to Aldi to carry my groceries in, and I would just use that instead of touching the cart. It's not the same as washing your hands. Yeah, you need that soap and water. Yeah. It was hard during COVID. Like, I remember it was weird when a person's face is covered up, half of it's covered up. You can't read people's facial expression. You can only go by their eyes. You can't see like their mouth or anything. I remember going to church like that. It wasn't very fun. Everybody was separated. You had to. There was space in between people. It wasn't fun to physically remove stuff. Yeah, and some people, Mike, even with that, when they wash their hands, um, they don't even. They just get the soap, and water, and they go like this, and then they rinse. It's like, no, you gotta scrub. Go like this. I tell the girls, take your nails and go like that in the inside of your hand. Go like that. Go like this, and rinse. Make sure you get all the soap off. Logan, how you doing? I do not like to use public restrooms, but um, Yo-Yo, when we out, she's always drinking something. So when you gotta go, you gotta go. So I'm very particular when we go, because for whatever reason, I'm sure everybody is sensitive to the germs and stuff in the bathroom, but even if I don't touch anything and I go in there and I'm just standing waiting for Yo-Yo, there have been times where I've gotten like a sore throat or something. And when I'm traveling, I have to be very careful because I have to stop to use the restroom. And there have been times like I've did a road trip and come back and have been so sick, and I'm like, man, I tried my best to wash my hands. Sometimes I use hand sanitizer and I'll wash my hands, like, and still. Well, part of the basics we learn is how to disinfect and wash. They literally, yeah. I read the funny stuff. Can I share with you? Um, just as long as it's respectful, Logan. During that time, I kept wipes, hand cleaners, and vitamin C, D3, zinc, and selenium. At times, they may not always use gloves, but they wash like 100 times a day. Yeah. My mamas were particular too, like when it comes to cleanliness and her hands and touching stuff. Like my mom does hospice care. So what she does is, so she usually does hospice care overnight. And how you doing, Brandy? What do I do? I'm just hanging out. I live off grid in a tiny house, so sometimes we talk about that. Sometimes we talk about God. Sometimes we talk about like cereal, just all kinds of stuff. So usually she works hospice overnight, and when she comes in the morning, she is taking off her clothes in the garage, and she has something to like, she puts her clothes together. That way she can put it in the washing machine. She won't come inside. She definitely doesn't bring her shoes. Now, sometimes she'll come inside with her clothes, but she don't come inside with her shoes. And usually she takes her clothes off, puts it in the washer, and then she goes to shower immediately. You'd be amazed at the number of men who leave public restrooms without washing their hands. No, you gotta wash your hands. I appreciate you, Brandy. and knowledgeable of the quantity of bacteria that's on their hands, ignorant. I don't know. That's gross. Especially if you're going to eat, you at a restaurant and you go use the bathroom, and then you come out, you don't wash your hands. No. Mm-mm. That is not. My girls say no. Go in the bathroom, don't touch nothing. Yo-Yo's bigger now, so she can handle herself. But when they were little, all right, Al, I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you, 6'2" for you. I appreciate you. God bless you. Hello, Kitty. Welcome in. I worked at the YMCA after school program. Never trusted kids to wash their hands. Nah. When Yo-Yo was little and stuff, like we're at home. Well, not here, but like at my mom's. Sometimes she'd go use the bathroom, and maybe I feel like she'd come out to cook. I say, hey, do you wash your hands? She'd be like, yeah. I'm like, are you sure? And I'd be like, come over here. And I'd look at her little hand, go like that. I'm like, okay, how long you wash your hands for? I know I got on her nerves. Hey, go back in there and wash your hands. I don't feel like that was long enough. Like if I hear the water run, but she's good. Both of them are very good. Yaya is real. Yaya will get on me. Like if we go out to the grocery store and we come back in, Yaya immediately washes her hands. And if I don't immediately do it, say like if I'm putting groceries up, but before I do that, she's like, hey, wash your hands. I'm like, can I put the food up first? And then no. Wash your hands. Wash your hand. Like, okay, yeah. I got it. Or people that don't like when they cook, they don't wash their hands, or when handling certain things. Yeah. Usually, like you bring in the groceries, and now, like, if once I open the fridge, I'm gonna wash my hands before I put stuff in my little fridge. But like if I'm just putting stuff in my little pantry area, I'm just taking stuff out of the bag and I'll sit it on the table or whatever. No, she want me as soon as I come in the door, I need you to wash your hands. I'm like, okay, I got it. I don't never object, but one time, I can't remember what we were talking about on here, but I was explaining to people how to bathe properly. And I'm sure you guys know that. And I don't know if you've ever come across some videos here online, but it's a lot of people that don't know how to bathe properly. And I'm like, man, you've been walking around your whole entire life and you don't know how to bathe. Some people, they don't wash their legs. Some people, they don't, you know, they don't thoroughly clean themselves. They basically get in there, let the water hit them, and then they just like, okay, I'm cool. They don't scrub. I'm like, oh, did your parents not show you, right? Or the order in which they bathe. Like, hey, you wash your face first. You work this way down, okay? Don't do it from the bottom up. But I mean, some people, I guess they weren't taught. Maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't think about it. Hmm. I don't know. Black Hawk, welcome in. Maybe that needs to be. Some people don't use washcloths or wash their legs. Thank you, Joe. I guess if a person don't know or they don't clean themselves in a certain way, they're not gonna teach their kids to do that. Like water, some magic potion. Yeah, water. If you get in the shower and you don't scrub, there has to be some type of friction. That water is just not going to hit your skin and let the dirt slide off. That's what soap is for, you know? If you want to be real natural and like, some people like, I don't like using certain things. It's like, okay, there's stuff in nature that has saponins, but you still need some friction, right? You gotta bathe. You got bathe. We got all our skin has an acid mantle, and it produces its own oil, and you need something to help, you know, remove the dirt that gets on your skin during the day, gets trapped on your skin during the day. Wiping with a dry towel could clean you better than just water. Castile, rinse, lather, rinse, dry. Some people they don't know how to bathe. Some stuff should be, I don't know. I think in school it should be taught um how to properly clean yourself. I think in school you should be taught how to have a garden, a little garden, grow food. Um, rinse, lather, sing, rinse, sing, dry. Yeah, there you go. Y'all sing in the shower. Tabby sing in the shower, or I play my little music. Yesterday I took a shower, so I got out the live and I did work outside, and I was like I got a shower and I washed my hair, and I was in there listening to Prince in the shower, singing, having myself a good old time. What is that's a squirrel? I don't see squirrels over here very often. They're here, but they don't ever come this way. Yeah, the squirrels hardly ever come way over here. We have acorn trees and pecan trees, but they don't ever come really over here. Have you been with America? I live in America. I'm American. Who haven't washed their tail around you? I don't know. People around me, they pretty clean. But I'm sure that I walked past a few people that hadn't bathed in quite a while. You know, somebody walk past you and you catch a whiff of a little something. Mike, thank you for liking the live. Daniel, welcome in. Man, we talk about all kinds of stuff on here. It is currently 91 degrees. That's still pretty decent. That is still nice. So from now on until Monday, I'm cool. No, 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 no. That was Austin. That was awesome. Let me go back to where I am. I like my woman smell like tree bark and flowers. Hey, Marshall, how you doing? No, from here till Saturday, it's going to be 101. You doing fine? That's good. 86 there in Tuscaloosa. It's nice. It's doable, right, James? Thank you for liking the live. Okay, let's see what kind of articles we can find today. See what's going on. All right. The Perseids are back. Each meteor color reveals what it's made of. All right. So, last year me and you, we watched it, right, Brent? The Perseid meteor shower. Hey, Marsha, thank you for the table land spark. I remember because I saw some. There were certain colors. Yeah. So red is oxygen and nitrogen. Yellow is iron. Purple is calcium. Orange is sodium, and like the little turquoise color is magnesium. I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, I saw a few different colors. I think I saw red and purple and the blue. The Perseus meteor shower has returned, and the color of each meteor reveals its composition. Every summer, Earth travels through a trail of dust and rocky particles shed by Comet 109P slash Swift Tuttle. It's on X, I can't read it. But yeah, so if you have the time, if you're interested in that, so it's going on from now until I want to say August 17th, and um, go out there and give yourself time, your eyes time to adjust. And if you got a chair, a comfortable spot, I'd take a blanket. I lay on the trampoline or on the grass, and just you gotta look north. I read yesterday, so look in the northern sky, and don't fixate on looking at one place. Just kind of like keep your eyes just looking, you know, and maybe you can see some. But they said the peak, the best time to watch it is August 12th and the 13th. But maybe I'll be outside tonight. Try to catch some, maybe able to see. Brent, have you ever seen a fireball? Twice I've seen one. Sometimes if it's extra bright. I saw one out here. I catch a lot of stuff because when I'm outside brushing my teeth, I'm just kind of looking up. So I saw a fireball once here, and then one time I was at my family's house at my mom's, and it was me and my nephew and his girlfriend at the time. I think Yaya was with us. We were out walking, and we looked up and we saw it. But thank you for the follow, James. Why what? Where did it come from? I didn't know, but I was just looking up, brushing my teeth. The one that I saw here, I think I told you and Mike about it, and I saw it come down. And then the one I saw at my family's house, we were just walking, and it wasn't even fully dark yet. Oh, well, it was, but it wasn't like super dark, and we saw it. But it was cool. It was like a turquoise color. Katy Perry vibes. Oh no. Daryl, welcome in. Okay. Alright, this one is from Space Daily. Science time with Tabby, so put your thinking caps on. Barbed Wire, how you doing? How you feeling today? Jay, welcome back in. Thank you, Mike. How you feeling today, Jay? Barbed Wire, how's it going over there? Science time with Tabby. This article is from Space Daily in March 2025. This article was released on the 21st, so a few days ago. In March 2025, astronomers confirmed 128 new moons around Saturn in a single day, nearly doubling its count to 274, more moons than every other planet in the solar system combined. For a long time, the solar system's moon counts sounded almost settled at the human scale. Jupiter and Saturn traded the lead now and then as telescopes improved. but the numbers moved in steps, not leaps. Then on March 11, 2025, Saturn's official count changed from 128 moons in a single day. The change did not mean astronomers had looked at Saturn one night and suddenly seen 128 new worlds. It meant the International Astronomical Union had recognized a larger set of tiny faint objects as Saturnian moons after enough observations had been gathered to show that they were really orbiting the planet. The University of British Columbia announcement described the result plainly. 128 new moons of Saturn has been recognized by the IAU, discovered by astronomers from Taiwan, Canada, the United States, and France. That was enough to push Saturn's tally from 146 confirmed moons to 274. At that point, Saturn had more moons than every other planet in the solar system combined. So, the word moon can make the result feel larger, rounder, and more familiar than it is. Most of the 128 additions are not Titan like bodies with atmospheres, seas, or obvious surfaces. They are small, irregular satellites only a few kilometers across, moving on distant tilted orbits around Saturn. Egypt, thank you for the follow. NASA's Saturn Moons page describes the current Saturn system as ranging from planet-sized Titan to small bodies no larger than a sports arena, and notes that astronomers confirmed 128 small moons around Saturn in March 2025. That scale is part of why the count changed so dramatically. Modern surveys are not only finding the obvious moons, they are beginning to inventory the faint debris of planetary history. So in 2025 work, the team used the Canada-France-Hawaii telescope to monitor fields around Saturn, then combined multiple images so that faint moving objects could be pulled out of the background. This technique is often called shift and stack. Instead of looking for a moon in a single exposure, astronomers align a series of images according to the expected motion of a distant object, strengthening its signal while the background noise averages down. That matters because the smallest moons are close to invisible in ordinary viewing. They are not bright dots waiting beside Saturn. They are extremely faint points that have to be tracked across time, then linked to orbits convincingly enough for the minor planet center in the IAU process to accept them as natural satellites. I'm reading from Space Daily. It is a little cooler here today, at least. It's cooler here too today. We have a high of 97. I'm doing good. I'm happy about the cooler temperature. So in the March 2025 confirmation was sudden on paper but not in practice. The same observing campaign had already helped add dozens of moons to Saturn's count earlier in the decade. UBC says the team monitored the sky around Saturn between 2019 and 2021, combining images to strengthen the signal from faint objects. That initial work produced 64 moons and left many other candidates that could not yet be designated. The team then returned to the same fields for 3 consecutive months in 2023. That second look supplied the tracking needed to confirm a much larger population. In a short paper in Research Notes of American Astronomical Society, Edward Ashton and colleagues wrote that they were highlighting the IAU Minor Planet Center's announcement of 128 new irregular moons of Saturn discovered in the CFHT imaging acquired in 2023. The paper also notes that 83 of those moons could be linked to detections from the team's earlier 2019 to 2021 study. That is quite the labor behind the headline. A small object has to be seen, found again, linked across images, and assigned an orbit. Until then, it may be a candidate, not an official moon. Al, thank you for the follow. Why Saturn has so many small moons? The new count says something about Saturn, but it also says something about what we are now able to detect. Saturn's famous moons include Titan, Enceladus, Rhea, Iapetus, Dione, and Mimas. These are worlds that spacecraft can image as landscapes. Some are geologically active, some may have subsurface oceans. Titan is larger than Mercury. Enceladus throws material into space from fractures near its south pole. The 128 new moons belong to a different category. They are irregular satellites, meaning their orbits tend to be distant, inclined, and often eccentric compared with the large regular moons. Many are thought to be fragments of earlier bodies, captured or broken apart during the long dynamical history of Saturn's system. I'm doing good, Sean. How are you today? That fragmentation is part of the scientific interest. A high number of small moons clustered in related orbital groups can point to old collisions. Instead of one neat family of moons forming in place, Saturn's outer satellite system may preserve a record of bodies being captured. They how they word it like that, disrupted and scattered over immense spans of time. Ashton and colleagues reported that many of the newly recognized moons fall into known dynamical groupings, including a large fraction associated with the Mondefari subgroup. They argued that this pattern is consistent with the idea that some parts of Saturn's irregular moon population were produced by collision breakup rather than by isolated captures, one by one. This does not mean every moon has the same origin story. Saturn's satellite system is a mixture. Large regular moons, ring-related moonlets, small irregular satellites, and fragments whose histories are inferred from orbits more than from photographs. The 2025 announcement made the population larger, but it also made the family tree more complicated. There is one awkward featuring of writing about moon counts. They do not stay still. The title number 274 was the important March 2025 total. It was also the basis for the striking comparison that Saturn then had more moons than every other planet combined. But by March 2026, the count had changed again. The IAU announced that its minor planet center had confirmed 11 additional moons around Saturn, raising the total to 285, while Jupiter's known total rose to 101. That later update does not make the 2025 results less important. If anything, it reinforces the lesson the outer solar system is still being counted, not explored in the old sense of seeing a new continent or a bright planet through a telescope, but counted through faint motions, repeated exposures, and orbital bookkeeping. Saturn's moon lead is therefore both a planetary fact and an observational one. The planet really does have a large retinue of small satellites. But the numbers we give also depends on how deep surveys go, how long objects are tracked, and where astronomers draw the practical line between a moon, a fragment, and an object too uncertain to name. The March 2025 announcement stands out because of its scale. A single administrative day nearly doubled Saturn's official moon count, but the work behind it stretched over years. It was a reminder that even in our own solar system, the inventory is not finished. Around a planet that spacecraft have already visited and photographed in detail, there is still more than 100 moons waiting to become official. That's cool, right? That is very, very cool. Thank you, Sean. Thank you for the follow. So 285 as of right now, as of March 2026 that they know. Rusty Nail One, thank you for the follow. And I like how they described it. Saturn's moon is therefore both a planetary fact and an observational one. Lorna Smith, how you doing? I like reading about space stuff because that's Yaya's deal. She can talk about space all day. The guy Tyreek that does those funny space videos follow. Do you really? That's cool. That's so funny. That's cool, Mike. He has a video about all those moons on Saturn. It's a greedy big bag. That dude is funny. His delivery is so funny. That's cool. And Dule, I see you. We were chatting. He's hilarious. I bet he is. That's cool, Mike. How you doing, Shane? Welcome in. All this hair getting hot. Whew. It's like when you get into certain topics, you can make jokes and stuff like that, but unless a person is really into that like little topic, they won't get it. But it's cool when it's, when it's certain things. I don't know. You guys know what I mean? I'm doing good, Shane. I'm doing very good. Happy Thursday to you. Reading books is nice because you gain lots from it. I agree. I'm a book reader. I like reading books. Oh, thank you. How you doing, Ethiopian 350? How are you today? I appreciate you, Shane. Thank you, Ethiopian, for the follow. Maribel, how's it going? You doing great? That's wonderful. EJB, welcome back in. Did you swipe out EJ? Eric Scott, thank you for the follow. I think it's so cool. We have the fact that we have phones now and you can literally look up whatever you want to read. As kids, we had to go to the library. If you were, lucky or blessed, your family had encyclopedias at home. You can go and look up stuff. But now we can pull out our phone and just search whatever we want. Like you can literally learn about anything whenever you want. You can wake up in the middle of the night and like, hey, I'm curious about this. Search it up. How you doing, TJ? Welcome in, sir. How you feeling today? Thank you for the heart me. Oh, James, welcome in. Spec College, how's it going? Welcome back in. Michael, how you feeling today? All right, y'all. I got another. We were talking about how Oregon is it's illegal to collect rainwater over there, right? It's windy there in Jamaica. Can you send some of that wind over here? Um, Oregon, you can collect rainwater. A man got sued over there for collecting rainwater. So this article says Oregon will start charging service providers for undersea cables using its seafloor. Millions accrued over years will go towards state schools. Well, that's good, going towards schools. After decades of charging only a one-time fee for undersea cables along its coast, Oregon. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mike. Oregon's lawmakers have recently been discussing a missed opportunity for tax revenue. The state is set to charge cable operators a one-time fee for cable installations within 3 miles of its coastline and will be funneling that money into its common school fund. The currently existing fee structure dates back to 2001, 25 years ago, and it is simply a $5,000 application fee. The new pricing is still undergoing discussion, but the simplified version is a $3 per linear foot of cable plus $7 per each section of bore pipe, the protective structure that covers the portion closest to the shore. Oregon's Department of State Lands, so DSL, Department of State Lands, estimates that on a 20-year lease, that would bring in millions per undersea cable over that time span. The DSL did some rough math with Amazon's Bifrost cable and came up with a grand total of ooh, 1,450,380 for 2 decades paid in one lump sum. Whoa. What's wrong, Michael? You sad? What's wrong? That is quite a lump sum. It's worth noting that the aforementioned rates were revised from an earlier, more expensive proposal that would take bore cross-section into account, a calculation that was dismissed as too complicated and presumably too onerous. Did I say it right? Onerous. The state wants to continue attracting investments to its tech sector, which includes around 140 data centers and 16 undersea cables of various types. Oregon also doesn't have sales tax, and its enterprise zoning incentives have made it an attractive location for players like Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. The DSL called the revised rate competitive too low, reinforcing the notion that Oregon is trying to stay competitive with its southern neighbor, California, which charges an estimated $5 per cable foot on an annual basis. It's worth noting that spending $1 million or two over 2 decades is peanuts compared to the initial outlay required to put an undersea cable down in the first place, especially one coming from across the world. These reportedly ring in at around $250 million for a transatlantic connector and a whopping $400 million to cross the Pacific. Although it's not set in stone, it seems that already approved cables might be almost entirely exempt from the new fees. Some recent contracts, such as the one for Amazon Bifrost, did include a clause that said that any fees applied by the new state laws must be paid for. However, the contract also included a specific $300,000 out for this clause, which Amazon paid at the time. Man. This one was published. This article came out early this morning. Oh, okay, bro. I'll send it to you. I'm catching a little breeze here and there, Sean. Sure hope Amazon still has money left to eat. They ain't got to worry about that. All right, Brent, I sent it. You're very welcome. Jay, welcome back in. How's work going? How's the work going, Jay? A lot of people, they say, hey, you looking for land to live off grid? Why don't you go to Oregon? I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. It's beautiful over there, but they also got to deal with a lot of stuff over there. Had trucks coming in. I want to be able to catch rainwater in peace. How you doing, Zeph? Well, like they're a guy got sued, so I collect rainwater, Mr. Friend. That's my only source of water out here. Unless I want to haul water in, and I've never done that in the 11 years I've been out here. So whenever it rains, I have a water tank. I catch that rain, and that's the only water I use. But in Oregon, and not just Oregon, some states, it's illegal. They say that their water doesn't belong to you. Even if you own the property and the rain is falling on your property, the water doesn't belong to you. And even in some states, if you have like a spring, a lake, or a creek on your property, you don't have the water rights to it. So it may be the water may be flowing on your property, but they say, hey, you can't take from that water. You can't do anything with that water. You gotta leave it be. And so that's the reason why, like, I've never been to Oregon. I have friends that live there. It's beautiful. I would like to visit one day. But as far as living there, there are other people like in the tiny house community, off grid community, that have tried to go to certain places because it is beautiful. It's beautiful over there. The climate is nice. And they try to do their homestead or just off grid living, and they get hit with fines or they got to get permits for a lot of stuff, and it ends through, a lot of people are choosing this lifestyle because they're trying to save on money. Maybe they don't have a lot of money to begin with, and you'll burn through your money, you know, paying those fines or trying to get those permits. And you can apply for a permit. You can pay and apply for a permit, but that don't mean they're going to give you the permit. They could say that something else you need something else, and then you got to rectify it, you got to fix it, and then you got to apply again. They don't want people to keep their runoff from getting other places, so they say, or modifying land to hold water, but it's still crazy. Yeah, who's doing that on that scale? Like, I collect rainwater here. I'm just using it to shower. 3 people are using it to shower, to bathe, to drink. It's not, I don't know. I think it's absurd. If I have a creek on my property, right? The water's flowing on my property. I paid the money. I'm paying taxes on this property. And you mean to tell me I can't? Because you're paying extra money. If you got water on your property, a spring or anything, y'all seen Tabby get hit in the face. If you paying extra money for that water, you paying extra money for that water, and you mean you can't use it? It's a double-edged sword. Big companies will come in, create golf courses and plants and destroy. I know what you're saying, but on the small scale, I don't know. There's been a place where they said they're catching too much rain. We had to stop this. Like the guy that recently got sued. I want to know who told it on him. Because is it like they're just constantly driving by and just looking to see who's collecting rainwater? I use barely any water. I only wash clothes once a week. Who told? How did they find out that he was collecting rainwater? some nosy neighbor or their Facebook chat. Yeah. He was posting he has solar and plants. I'm okay right now, Gerald. I'm okay. You know, Carl's been catching rainwater. That's against code 1245. I had always neighbors or family told on him. People get jealous. Any problems I had, it's always been jealous family. Jealousy is a real problem. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. My post of the day, Mr. Friend, yesterday, it was talking about just keeping stuff to yourself, and because not everybody wishes you well, and you know, unfortunately, sometimes that's family. Sometimes it can be family. Sometimes it could be your own parents. Sometimes it can be siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents. You know, that's just the sad reality. You can't. Everybody doesn't need to know. He think he's all that about water. It's sad. It's a sad reality. If you come from a very loving family, you know your siblings wish you well. They love you. They support you. You got parents that love you and support you. That is a blessing. That is a gift because not everybody has that. Not everybody. Some people don't know what it's like to feel support. I watch these women. They two piece and y'all gotta watch these women. They be doing things in secret. Everybody does stuff in secret. Two piece. Where did that come from? Two piece came in and we talking about something. He spoke on something that has absolutely nothing to do with our conversation. What you got going on, Two Piece? What you up to? That you come in the room and you say something like that. You want to tell us something? Even if, yeah, he come in. I'm minding my business. Maybe you should try to do that. I stay away from a lot of extended family. I can understand that, Mr. Friend. You guys notice that it's never women never come in here and bully. It's always men. That dude weird. Leprechaun, how you doing? Now let's talk about him for a minute. Just for like a minute and a half. He hasn't been here before. He scrolled past the live. He saw me. He's like, let me stop and mess with her. Right? What is it about me that bothers you so much? We talking about it being against the law to harvest rainwater. He saw me that I'm sitting out in the woods and he wanted to mess with me. The men in the chat that y'all got daughters and nieces and granddaughters, you know how men are. The things that we have to deal with. You know, it's just never women that come. If you've been hanging out in Tabby Land, you know that it's never women coming here and be rude. It's always men coming here and be like that. Oh well, let's keep going. Okay. In Colorado, there's a cap on the amount of rainwater that I know you're not, Mr. Friend. I know. There's a cap on the amount of rainwater. Homeowners can collect up to 110 gallons. That's not enough. 110 gallons. Utah requires registration for systems with volume limits up to 2,500 gallons before needing specialized rights. That cap in Colorado, what am I gonna do with 110 gallons? That's not enough. Kansas and North Dakota may require a water permit or adherence to state water appropriation limits for large-scale collection. Nevada and Nevada permits collection for non-potable outdoor use under specific household volume limits. Why? Brain said, I brush my teeth with 110 gallons. Yeah, who's checking that? So, in Oregon, let me clarify, okay? You can collect rainwater, but it's completely legal to collect it, but you gotta catch it before it hits the ground. And but they got some. It's kind of complicated. So you don't need a water permit as long as you harvest the precipitation from an artificial impervious surface like a rooftop or parking lot. It becomes illegal if you try to catch the water that has already touched the ground. You cannot dig a pond, dam a creek, or divert natural runoff on the soil without formal water rights from the state. So that man got in trouble because he built major dams to block public waterways. There you go. That's why he got in trouble. Brent said I brush my teeth. Aw, poor Rainy. Mike, how you doing? Mike, what did you go do? I just want to collect my little rainwater, have my little solar, grow my little food, have my little animals, and mind my business. That's all I want to do. That's it. That's it. That's all. That is it. That is all. Live out in the woods, mind my business. You know, grow my little food, be happy, plant my little fruit trees. Michael, there's native on my mom's side, on both of her sides, from the Blackfoot tribe, and the other tribe, I can't remember what it is. Most of my cookies have been falling apart. Yeah, I just want to mind my little business, plant my little food, grow my little food, have my little animals. One of these days, I'm going to come out on Tabbyland like, good morning, guys. And my little donkey going to be hanging out with me, causing trouble, right? We're going to walk around and gather fruit from my fruit trees. Yeah, it's going to be nice. I'm working on it. My mama gonna tell me yesterday, she was like, you ain't been looking. I said, woman, what you talking? I ain't been looking. I'm like, all I do in my free time is look. She said, well, you ain't been saying nothing. I'm like, just because I ain't said nothing about that don't mean I ain't looking. Woman, how you gonna tell me you ain't been looking? I'm like, what you talking about, lady? Your father's side Cherokee and your mother's side? Cool, Michael. Phoenix Flame, welcome in. That is very cool. That lady gonna try to tell me you ain't been looking. All I do is look. How you doing, AC Affordable? You digging up dirt and you getting it all over you, and then you're gonna go inside and lay on my clothes. Marnie kicking up dirt. Marnie, G, Book, how's it going? She does that when I'm on the live. She digs a little hole up underneath my seat and she lays in it. Keep herself cool. All I do is look no matter what. Try laying on my mind. I ain't never giving up. Yeah. I look. I be up late after I get off of Yaya's live. I be looking during the day. I be looking. I'm always looking. One of these days, I'm gonna be able to call her and be like, "Mama, I did it. I got some land." Why is it so hard to find? Cause the way I live is kind of specific. It's very out of the ordinary, and different states have different rules. Different counties have different rules in place about how you can live. You need permits. I have a tiny house that's on the trailer, so it's considered an RV. Now there's some land that it's outside the city limits, but they don't allow RV. Some counties don't allow you to live in an RV full time. It's just a lot of little things that I have to check. Some counties, they allow for a tiny house, but the tiny house can't be on the trailer. It has to be, it can't be on a trailer. It got to be on something else. So, making it a little bit more difficult, but it's okay. I know God is working it out for me. I just got to continue to be patient. Continue just to do my little part. Now, there's some properties. I found this one property. It was so beautiful. It was way out of my price range. It had a waterfall on it. I was like, oh, it's so nice. But it was way out of my price range. All I could do was look at it and dream. Like, oh, it's so nice. And tiny living on big land. I can't remember. But I look for land, Mr. Friend, that has water, like a creek or spring or something. I want land that has water on it, flowing on it. And I found one property. It's either in Idaho or Washington. It already has a tiny house on it. And there's like a creek flowing in front of it. It was, so sometime last year, around this time last year, it was like $100 and something thousand dollars. It was less than $150,000. Well, you know, it went up to like $450,000. That's the current price of it. I was like, ooh. Some of the land I find I like, it was in my price range, but then the price has gone up substantially this year. I'm like, man. But I'm looking. I just look. I continue to look. I have a friend helping me look, so it's making it a bit easier. So I'm very happy and blessed with that, because now I'm just not looking on my own. I have a little bit of help, Well, big help. They're a big help to me, because it can be kind of daunting when you're just looking by yourself. I'm in Texas. If it's no longer available, then maybe there's a blessing in it. Yeah, I just have to keep doing my part, keep looking. The girls are so ready to get out of Texas though. Every summer they're like, oh, mama, please. I'm like, I'm working on it. It's not that I'm not working on it. I'm looking. T. Williams, thank you. Thank you, Osmond. Chad, welcome in. High pitch, yeah. There's some, like every so often, Mr. Friend, they'll get real loud for like a few seconds and then it'll calm down. Thank you, Super Patriot. I appreciate the compliment on my hair. Tree, how's it going? User 436, welcome in. So tonight, it should be poetry night. If Saint is available, we'll do poetry. I don't got any new material, so I may have to work on something today. Maybe I'll make a little poem about Marnie and the possum and Brent and Mike beating me. Connect 4. Wall Street, how you doing? Stone Cold, welcome in. Ghost, how's it going? Rob, how are you? Larry, welcome in. Stone Cold, how you doing today? She means beating her at Connect 4. Okay, yeah, they beat me at Connect 4. To clarify, my day is going good, Stone Cold. It's good. That's so funny. They beat me at Connect 4. Tuesday night is game night. They beat me at Connect 4. They're both of them. They did. I'll be more mindful when I say it like that, Mike. That's so funny. Yeah, they beat me at Connect 4, guys. Connect 4. The way you say stuff. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. I wasn't even thinking. Guess I'll make a poem about Brett and Mike. I didn't mean it like that. Beat me. I didn't mean it like that, guys. I'm sorry. Beat me at Connect 4. You know, the internet takes stuff. Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was so bothered that night. You guys beat me. I was so bothered, though. Freaking Marnie. And the possum didn't even come back last night. Yeah, we were playing games, guys. They beat me at the game. They won. They won against me at Connect 4. Marnie, where you going? Just tiptoed off. All right, guys. I'm gonna head out because I need to go to UPS and drop something off. I'll be back on tonight at 8:30. If y'all want to come hang out with Tabby, Sunflower, welcome in. I hope you have a wonderful day, like winning when my ops are at their best. I hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. And you try to stay cool if you're outside. Got to be in the heat. Drink lots of water. Eat fruit. I don't know what she's doing over there. Alright guys, I hope that whatever you do today, that you do it with a smile on your face and love on your heart. Be a blessing to someone today. Thank you, Terrific Thursday. Thank you, Brent. Thank you to my mods. Thank you, Mr. Friend. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. Michelle, I hope you have a lovely rest of your evening. Brent and Mike, thank you so much for keeping Tabby Lynn safe and the Ruby Tulip World safe. I know y'all had to work quite a bit today, and I appreciate it. Mr. Ambassador, I don't know if he's still here, but I hope you and Val have a wonderful day. James Drew, I hope you have a lovely day. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.